Hello, my name is Leila Youssef and I am starting this blog in order to help you with relationships. I am a relationship coach and a body-oriented psychotherapist for at least 20 years now. We suffer in our relationships because we have needs that are not met. This is the whole fight about relationships. How we communicate, how we feel, how we experience, and how we express those needs. Sometimes we have the impression that we are expressing a need, but what is coming out is mere confusion. We're going to see this in the progress of this work that I'm going to be delivering through these blogs one by one. 95% of our daily thoughts, actions, feelings, and opinions and ideas are ruled by our subconscious. This is what neuroscience says nowadays, which means that we are not as free to choose as we think we do. We are ruled by our subconscious that I'm going to call the Pandora box, and this Pandora box rule our life. So the more we shed light on our subconscious life and the dynamic that rules it, the more freedom we can start acquiring. Therefore, in order for us to really start making different choices, creating more joy, coming out of our suffering, and being able to feel confident when we have challenges in our relationships, it is very important that we understand very, very strongly the importance of unraveling our Pandora box. In order for us to do this, I am going to, in this first introductory video, give you 3 or 4 suggestions or concepts that are the basis upon which I am going to build all the next videos. Rule number 1. They all come from quantum physics, and they rule a lot of our basic life on this planet, except that now we are going to apply them to our psychology. Rule number 1, energy flows where attention goes. Which means that when I find myself, or when you find yourself saying, I don't want to feel guilty, I didn't do anything, I'm not a bad person, it means that somewhere in your subconscious you feel guilty, you feel you've done something wrong, and you feel a bad person, and you do not want to accept or face yourself with that fact. When we do this, we are putting the attention on the negative part of ourselves. We are putting our attention on, I don't want this, which means you are resisting what there is. So the attention goes to incrementing in your subconscious the power of this negative thing you are trying to get rid of by simply pushing it away from your consciousness and from your feeling body, your emotional body, that is mainly your physical sensations about whatever you are feeling. So it's very important. Attention flows where attention goes, where energy flows. So this is the basic point to understand in order for us to be able to release our judgment, our self-punishment, procrastination, and everything we do to ourselves when we feel we've done something bad or we can be a bad person. We are going to talk about being a bad person and our image of ourselves and all these things in our next blogs. But today I'm just trying to introduce to you some very basic ideas that if you really take them into consideration, they can really change your life. So don't judge anything. Don't judge what you feel. Don't judge you did something good or you did something bad, because truly there is nothing good or bad. This is morality based on our concepts of what is good and bad in our society and our social cultural codes, which are made, they are not real. So it's very important to not judge, not punish, and not procrastinate about yourself, because the more you do this, you're putting your attention on the negative side, and that negativity increments that negative side, as per point 1. Point 2, the more you judge yourself, the more less power you have, and you repress and suppress and deny what you don't want of yourself, which leads us to point number 3. If we want to really start unraveling ourselves in order to reach our potential, grow in relationships, open our hearts, have more passion, more joy, be more strong, more powerful, more determined, we need to know what is happening inside of this Pandora box that rules 95% of our life. And you cannot do this if you're judging it, because the moment you judge or you procrastinate, you have decided to use a self-defense mechanism. You're going to suppress it, repress it, deny it, forget it, reject it, which will not bring it to your attention. The more you bring your subconscious to your attention, the more power you get, the more powerful you get. So that leads to point number 3, which is suffering is mainly our resistance to what is. So if I decided that I don't want to feel bad, I don't want to feel as a bad person, then you're going to suppress everything you do that you call a bad person. Everything that you think, or you judge yourself because you have been judged by somebody, by some of your painful experience of the first years of your life, has created the software that makes you look at yourself in a specific way. These programs that are in your subconscious are the ones who are ruling your life. So this suffering that you have because you are resisting the so-called bad person you think you are is creating suffering in your life. So suffering is resisting what is. The more you accept what is, which means no judgment, the more you put your attention onto it, the more you can see it clearer, and because you see it clearer, you have the chance to change it, transform it, and do something with it, which is the main point that you're trying to achieve by saying, I don't want to feel this, I don't want to be this. Okay? So these 3 concepts are basically extremely important in order for us to start working with our material. And in our material, that is in our Pandora box, we're going to find all our treasures. I want to help you find your treasure. You can call me, make comments, ask questions, get private sessions, create workshops, invite me to Marbella, come home where I live, call me and do sessions with Skype, whichever format suits you, and mainly read my blogs, make comments, ask me questions on the blog, and let's see more of each other. Thank you.